Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is Necro Eric here, and I'm just bringing you this quick video for Thursday, March the 9th to Wednesday, March 15th, 2023 in pro wrestling. We got a lot to get to. It's going to be a pretty stacked weekend. A lot of good stuff. Some deathmatch wrestling, some other stuff. Let's get into it. So kicking this off, we got Pro Wrestling Noah in Corrigan Hall on Thursday the 9th. It says it starts at 6:30 Japan time, which is 4:30 Eastern, somewhere around 4 in the morning Eastern. And there's also young master Daisuke Harada, his retirement. So it'll be very emotional. Sucks to see him go, but it's probably time. It's pretty decent. So, and then there's also this Amakusa versus High 6. So they're facing each other again, the former teammates. So that should be interesting for Pro Wrestling Noah, available on WrestleUNIVERSE from Corrigan Hall. And then we have Wrestling Open, episode 62, opening round of the championship tournament. Pedro Donez versus Rex Lawless. And then we also got Dan Barry versus Brad Hollister. So hopefully Hollister and maybe Donez, I don't know. We'll see what happens here, but it looks pretty interesting. And they got Rip Bison versus Steve Stetson. Boulder versus Nolo Catano. Should be pretty beast. Always looking for Boulder. Is that Bear Boulder? I wonder which Boulder. That's pretty interesting. Wrestling Open, episode 62, 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday night on IWTV. And this weekend, March 9th, is just freaking stacked. It's one of those unbelievably stacked Thursdays that we don't usually get too often, but you gotta freaking be into it. It's gonna be so good. Intergender Bonanza 15, showtime at the Bonanza. It's gonna be on IWTV. A lot of fun matches in this one. Marcus Mathers versus Brittany Blake. Darian Hardway, JC Storm. Really looking forward to this. Sean Henderson versus Zeta Steele. Should be funny. Too Hot Steve Scott versus Riley Shepard. Stan Styles versus Notorious Mimi. And Bobby Orlando versus Zoe Scott. Oh, yeah. I love this Intergender Bonanza. It's always one of the best shows. It's always so entertaining. It's such a fun time. Intergender Bonanza 15. Live Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, IWTV. And then we also got Texas Contender 14, live from Texas at the Houston Premier Arena. We got 2 out of 3 falls match with Just X Nick and El Valdivia. I don't know anybody on this card, I don't believe. Oh, I know Culture Shock. Okay, actually. But most of these talent I am actually not too familiar with, which is always fantastic. It's nice to be able to see some up-and-coming talent and some new talent. This is the beauty of IWTV. So Texas Contenders 14, 7 p.m. CST, which I believe is 8 p.m. Eastern as well, IWTV. I don't think I'll be watching that one live, but for sure catch up on it. Freelance Tri-City. Freelance Wrestling is always one of my favorites. 8 p.m. CST, which I believe is 9 p.m. Eastern. Not 100% sure, but it's on IWTV as well. Brian Keith versus Cole Radrick. Bang Bros versus the Voros Twins. Troloromo GPA. And Chico Suave. Oh, yeah. This looks like a pretty good Lobo Kami. Blair Onyx. Shane Mercer. Oh, yeah, this seems like a pretty fun little freelance wrestling card. I always love freelance wrestling. They are so enjoyable. And it's on IWTV, 8 p.m. CST, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. So, IWTV. Oh, yeah, check it out. And then on Friday morning, early Friday morning, we got this New Japan Cup this year for New Japan Pro Wrestling is being divided into shows where they have a bunch of storyline building tag matches for future matches in the tournament, and each show only has two matches, which is very poor. I would, but then how do you get a tour out of it if you don't do that? Because then the tournament's a one elimination tournament. You're going to be done very quickly. So it's they got to do what they got to do. But we got Yoshihashi versus Kyle Fletcher. Hopefully Yoshihashi wins. And Shingo Takagi versus Aaron Hanare. This should be a pretty damn good match. That's New Japan Pro Wrestling. Friday morning on New Japan World. And then Stardom. There's also some Stardom from Korakuen Hall. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to watch it live. I'm not 100% sure. But they got Himeka's Retirement Road continuing versus Natsupoi. They got the Future of Stardom Challenger 3-way battle. Okay, so the winner of this will face the Future of Stardom champion. Got a future date. We got Miyu Amasaki versus Rina versus Hina. So, should be interesting. This is a nice, I always like these cards where they're featuring a lot of different talent. And then they got the Goddess of Stardom title match. The champions Nene Takahashi and Yu versus Notsuko Tora and Ruaka. And Future of Stardom title match. The champion Amy Sore versus Lady C. Should be great. Can't go wrong with Stardom. Hopefully, if not be able to see this live, be able to see it eventually on Stardom World. And we're getting into Friday here. This is one of the most anticipated shows. I love action wrestling. It's always super enjoyable. It's one of my favorite promotions. They don't run too often, so it's pretty, there's time to breathe. But we got action wrestling. It's cool. Live on IWTV, 7 p.m. Eastern. AC Mack versus Derek Neal. Violence is Forever versus Culture Inc. That's going to be amazing for the Action Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Manders versus Brogan Finley. Billy Starks versus Devlin McCobb. Carlos Romo versus Bobby Flacco. And Kevin Ryan versus O'Shea Edwards. O'Shea, oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to be a good card. I really like action wrestling a lot. So it'll be really interesting and always worth checking out if you're interested. Damn right. And then there's always going to be some Lucha Libre as well. Mas Lucha on YouTube, which I have linked down below in the description of the YouTube. There is, they just, so many shows, so many different shows. IWRG, Lucha, friggin' CMLL. They have lots of different type of just all sorts of Lucha I've never even seen before. Big Lucha sometimes, just stuff I've never really seen. So, or, you never know. It's friggin' Lucha. It's always, they're filming lots. So if you're interested, Mas Lucha on YouTube. And oh man, basically the main event of Friday is ICW No Holds Barred Pit Fighter X15. Streaming live on IWTV from Red Bank, Tennessee and Chattanooga. TWE Arena, the vibe. TWE Arena is such a vibe. So fun. This is going to be crazy. Mystery show, which means it's a mystery. We don't know what's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be, at all. There's no hints, nothing. It's going in completely blind. And it's also a pit fighter. So it's going to be with the cage. So that just, changes things up a little bit. Because last time they did Ultraviolet Vortex, it was just a regular no holds barred show. It was the chains. Yeah, but this is a pit fighter where ICW has multiple different shows. They have a pit fighter with the cage. They have the pit, where is no rope barbed wire. And they also have their regular shows, which are chain ropes. So in this case, it's going to be all cage matches all night in a mystery show. 100% worth checking out. It's going to be violent. ICW, no holds barred. Pit Fighter X15 Ultraviolent Vortex. 8 p.m. Eastern Friday, IWTV. And then on Saturday morning, really early, we got New Japan Cup from Aichi, from the Dolphins Arena Classic. Tetsuya Naito versus Chase Owens. And hopefully Naito wins. And then we got, Sonata versus Kenta. So that should be pretty great. Hopefully, Sonata, Kenta, oh man, that's a pick'em. And hopefully Naito beats Chase Owens. It's pretty interesting. New Japan World for that one. And then we got IWS versus GCW uneffing sanctioned 2023 on Fight Plus, 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So we got Sawyer Wreck versus Lufisto, Tony Deppen versus Benjamin Toll. Plus, there's going to be a lot more stuff. There's going to be, they've announced quite a bit. They've been working on some storylines last week at GCW where they were invading the Showboat, the Green Phantom and Sexy Eddie, so, and a few others. It was pretty, Mike Bailey turned and joined Canada. He joined the country, so, his fellow countrymen, so, pretty good. And it's going to be a pretty fun little IWS versus GCW show. This is actually on at the same time as the Ultraviolet Vortex, or the other, or not the Ultraviolet Vortex, the other ICW show, which we're going to get to right here pretty soon. There's quite a few other things on Friday, on Saturday as usual. It's just incredibly freaking busy. We got Circle 6, Obey Your Master, 8 p.m. Eastern, IWTV. There's a Circle 6 Championship 3 Stages of Hell match between Atticus Cogar and Zachary Wentz, which could be pretty decent. And I really, really want to just see this Terracotta Torture match with Remington Roar and Eric Ryan. This has the potential to be ridiculously good. So I'm really looking forward to it. Nate Webb versus AJ Gray. That's not bad. Jake Christ versus Kevin Giza versus Christian Napier. That's actually not bad. This card's looking half decent. Hopefully it's booked decently. We'll have to see Saturday. 8 p.m. Eastern, IWTV for Circle 6. And we get into ICW No Holds Barred Volume 42. One of the other main event of the weekend, basically. It's going to be incredible. TWE Arena, the Vibe Arena. It's going to be so fun. That arena is just such a, like, those fans are just so, it's just so different, you know. Something about Tennessee, I don't know, maybe. But we got Brandon Kirk versus Akira for the American Deathmatch Championship. So for once, Akira is not going to be opening a ICW show. In recent times, at least. Tank versus Matt Tremont. Oh my goodness. That's incredible dream match. Casey Kirk versus Tommy Vendetta. That's going to be amazing. Dr. Redacted versus Insane Lane. I can't wait to see that. That's a dream match as well. Christian Ross versus Chris Bradley versus Christian Ross. So that basically they're continuing their best of 7 series. I believe this may be match 5. I think they're tied 2-2. It's gonna be beast. It's hopefully it'll be pretty good. John Wayne Murdoch versus Danny Demanto acting as John Wayne Murdoch. So I guess it's gonna be some sort of comedy death match or something. I don't know. And then Hoodfoot versus Malcolm Monroe III, MM3. Oh, sign me up. This show is gonna be really good. Really interested in seeing this one. Saturday at 8 on IWTV. And then also Saturday, I forgot again, once again, I always forget that there's UFC every weekend. And I'm always like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. And I do watch it, but then I always forget to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it right now. UFC Fight Night. Jan versus Dvalishvili. I don't think I've ever seen Merab Dvalishvili fight, but Peter Yan 100% yeah, that's going to be good. Alexander Volkov versus Alexander Romanov. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good fight. Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann. Oh, that's a pretty good fight as well. And then we got, we got a Nurmagomedov. Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Jonathan Martinez. Okay. And a couple of fight got canceled. Okay, well, that's the way it goes. In the preliminaries, Carl Williams versus Lucas Brazil. I don't really know. Yeah, Carl Williams, basically. We'll see. This looks, is there any women? Like, where the hell are the women? Oh, Ariane Lipsky versus JJ Aldrich. Okay, Victor, no. Only one women's fight and it's on the prelims? Are you serious? god, dude. Every time I'm always shocked, but it's always the, like, you think you could get like maybe like two women fight on the main card and 2 women's fights on the prelims as well. So at least 4 women's fights, but no, only 1 women's fight and it's on the prelim. Jesus. But anyway, a couple of these other fights look pretty damn good for this weekend's UFC Fight Night at 6 p.m. Oh, it's a very early card. It says it's a very early card. So it's an early UFC card this weekend. And on Sunday morning, so late after Saturday night of all that wrestling, if you're still up, there's some New Japan Cup action on Sunday morning. 2 matches of the New Japan Cup second round, so depending on the ones that won earlier this week. Same with on Monday, early Monday. I'm not sure if there's some wrestling on Sunday. People put in the comments if there's any wrestling this Sunday. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything, but we'll have to see. And then there is on Tuesday morning, so Monday night, I'm not sure if there's any wrestling on Monday either. Sunday or Monday, I'm not sure. I don't believe so, but if there is, I may be missing it, and I'll have to catch up on it when I can. But we got, I believe there's an All Japan show this weekend as well. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe there's an All Japan Pro Wrestling show coming up. But there's also this Noah Pro Wrestling show, Sunny Voyage, on the 14th, Tuesday. And then there's also more New Japan Cup on Wednesday. And to wrap everything up, more New Japan Cup. So New Japan Cup's rolling on. This is pretty stacked, honestly. It's pretty busy. It's pretty chill. It's not too bad at all. We got a lot going on, and it's been a pretty busy. It's been a pretty busy week. It's been nice. Necro Eric, hopefully you guys enjoy this wrestling this week. We got a lot going on. Put in the comments or let me know what I missed, because I always miss something and I would like to know what it was so that I could possibly watch it. Peace in the Middle East. Namaste. Thanks for watching.